It's a bit of a waiting game, I guess you could say, for the city of Fairhope. The funding to repair some of the damage from April's historic flooding has dried up, at least for now.
Right. The National Resources and Conservation Service recently bumped the city to its non-emergency list. And as Fox 10 News Baldwin County reporter Will Robinson-Smith tells us, it is partially because the city stepped in to help.
These piling rocks at Fairhope's sewage treatment plant are a relatively new part of the city's landscape. They were placed here after the historic flooding as a temporary fix.
They saw that we had made some temporary repairs, and when they saw that, they said they took us off the exigent or emergency funding list.
The building that was threatened was the UV disinfection building. It's the final point through which nearly 2.5 million gallons of sewage gets its final treating. The flooding caused damage to the foundation and started to crack the building.
I would shudder to think what would happen if this facility had fallen into that gully and that wastewater would have flown into the bay. Then we would have had a real environmental disaster.
The only issue is that by being off that emergency list, the nearly $200,000 project can't move forward right now. The same is true of another site in Fairhope, the Plantation Pines and Woodlands subdivisions. The neighborhoods put in their own request for NRCS money to repair the damage, which would be partially matched by the city. But until full repairs are made, residents like Jim Kellen have had to make their own fixes as well.
I've had to put 3 retaining walls. I had to put a whole new curb system up here with new drainage that's been put in. I've spent, I'll just say, over $40,000 of my own money on stuff here.
He says when the funding does come for the repairs here, which will cost about $400,000 according to the city, it should help them out long term.
And the National Resource Conservation Corps will work with the landowners, in this case Auburn has the majority of the land, but work to see where retention ponds and other projects can help minimize any impact from these kind of events.
But until Congress earmarks the funds for these projects, they'll both just have to wait and hope there isn't too much rain between now and then. In Fairhope, Will Robinson-Smith, Fox 10 News.
The city says it hopes to have a clearer picture from Congress about when those funds will be available in a few weeks.